MW3 ranked is here, and if you're trying to get to top 250, you've come to the right place. This is a BZ, and this is the ultimate ranked guide for RIO. All right, guys, we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna go over some callouts. We're gonna go over some spots that you can hold from, some just like basically like simple little tips for each hill on RIO Hardpoint. So let's get right into it. So first I'm gonna go over callouts for this hill. We basically have some like pretty basic callouts. I'm sure a lot of people already know, but I'll go over them anyway. So we all this side of this building over here, we'll call this blue like side. So we call this blue stairs, and then we call this blue eskies. We call this U, obviously, because it's a big U, but we'll call that, everyone calls this bridge already. I think a lot of people know that. And then this side over here is all red, like the walls are like red and stuff. So we call this red stairs, and we call this red eskies. We call this vending right here. This is vending. Because a lot of people will contest behind this. There's a really good contest spot. But yeah, that's pretty much all the callouts, and then I'll go over some like spots on this hill that you can use that are kind of like nice. So if you lay down behind these vending machines, that you can contest the hill, which is really good, especially if your team is like getting pushed up on the map. That way you can stall a little bit of time for your team to help you. You can like jump right here and like kind of hold an angle on both sides, whatever side you like want to like hold. You can like hold both sides from like right here. And obviously you can just finesse in this U, but you're just not in the hill, which is kind of tough. But if you want to like finesse and like let one of your teammates get in the hill and sit in U, then you can. A lot of people will use this little credit corner, like they'll sit right here and they'll angle themselves so they can kind of like see the push, which is nice. Like if someone jumps in the hill, you can kind of like shoot them in the back or whatever. It's kind of like a day one spot, but a lot of people don't check it. And then you can also jump on this little like, there's like a little thing in the middle here. If you like do a little like jump right here, you can like jump on top of this. It's kind of hard. You have to do like a little strafe jump, and then you'll land on top of like this little, yeah. And then you can hold like the eskies push or like the other side and tell your teammates to hold the other one. Whatever one you're not watching, you just tell your teammates to watch. That's pretty much it for P1 though. I know there's a spot you can get in like right here. You can like jump on this and then jump up there. It's a little hard to do though, so I'm not gonna really show it. And then we'll go into P2. I'll go over some of the callouts first for P2. So back here, we call this secret. This is all secret right here. We'll call this secret stairs. And then going up here, we call this short. And then we call this con, or connector. Basically, we call it short. We'll just call it con though. And then this is short. This is secret. And then we'll call this the hop up wall. And then we'll call this like pillars over here. And then this is like ramp. This is like just like the truck. We'll call this like white truck, whatever. Cop car. And then, yeah. And then you can like, there's a few spots on this hill that you can use that are pretty good. There's not many really. You can lay down behind this hot dog stand, obviously. There's also like a spot like right here. If you have an AR, that's kind of good. If you're holding from the back of the hill, you can get like an AR on the hill and then watch the push from up the ramp and like the left side, and you can kind of see the deep spawn back there across. So a lot of people like ARs use that. And then you can also like jump over here and be in the hill, and you can watch your connector, like head glitch this and watch your own connector push, which is pretty nice. Besides that though, that's really it for P2. I mean, there's like a little spot back here by secret where you can like jump up and down and kind of see like the back push. But yeah, that's pretty much it for P2. You can use this little head glitch too. Like if one of your teammates is in the hill, you can use this little head glitch and kind of like see like the front push. Obviously the gunfight can be a little hard because some people might be on that head glitch on the bike or like the left side. But yeah, that's it for P2. Let's go towards P3. I'll go over some of the calls for P3 now, before we get into like the spots and stuff like that you can use. So obviously I already said this is called red stairs. We call this red eskies. Usually if you're on the hill on this side, you'll usually just say eskies and stairs because no one's gonna be really calling out the other side anyway since it's P3. Obviously this is back spawn. We call all this back here useless. There'll be sometimes where people spawn here. We call this useless though. And then we call this lobby, like where the hill is, or you just call it P3. Obviously this is called arcade. And then we call all of this over here zig. This is called zig obviously because it's just a big like zigzag pretty much. And then that's pretty much all the calls for this hill. We call all this back here yellow. And then we call this like a yellow alley or like back alley. But yeah, that's pretty much the callouts, all the callouts for this hill. And then some of the spots you can use. This contest spot behind arcade. Say your team is like breaking from the left side of the map, and then you can use this little arcade like contest spot. Say the other team's on this side, you can literally just sit here and contest for your team, and then let your team know that to like help you pretty much. And then there's also a spot on the other side of the hill that you can use over here where you can not be in the hill. So like say you want to finesse out of the hill, right? And like the other team doesn't really know that you can't be in the hill from right here. So you can like sit right here and be out of the hill, and then you can get like free kills and then get back in the hill. Obviously you can heglitch this too and kind of like be annoying if they're coming from the right side, or if they, they're spawning in the back, you can like sit like right here on the hill. That's pretty much it for all the spots. There's really not many spots on this hill because all these like little barriers on all these flowers, you can get in this one and kind of like hold one door and tell your teammates to hold the other one. But there's not really much else to this hill, I'd say. And then obviously like the spawns, like there's one in the back over here, and then there's like the front spawn. So let's go into the P4 hill now. I'll go over some of the callouts for this hill as well. All right, so obviously I'm pretty sure everyone knows this call out. This is garage. We call this garage. Call this white van on the hill. And then there's some head glitches over here that people use, like the bike head glitch, which is gross. Like you can see people's feet and stuff. And then if you want to like, there's also a little spot like where you can like lay down right here and you can like look up the ramp, which is nice. And then I guess like some of the other callouts, like I already went over some of them. This is ramp, obviously. And then there's not really much else. We call this plat, like up here. We call that plat, where you can like jump up over here. We call this plat. And we call this zig, obviously. Like I already went over this one as well. But yeah, obviously you can get on top of the plat, kind of like hold an angle from the back, which is nice. Besides that, there's not really many spots on this hill you can use besides like this little head glitch that I was talking about, and maybe this one over here if you like crouch on it, or like this one, you can like jump up on this, I think, and like kind of, it like forces you up and down though, which is kind of weird. So I feel like it's not that good of a little angle you can use, or like a head glitch. You can like sit in this close corner if you want, if you know that the other team's pushing from this side and if your teammate has the hill. But yeah, besides that, there's not really much you can use besides maybe if your team, also another spot or like a head glitch you can use if your teammates are in hill to hold the push is like from this zig. You can like sit on this head glitch and like watch all of the front push. That's really it to this hill though. I wouldn't say there's much else. I mean, the spawns are pretty simple as well. There's a front spawn and there's a back spawn. There's no really like middle spawns or anything like that. So that hill is pretty self-explanatory, and there's like, I guess I showed you guys a few spots you can use on it. But then let's go into the P5 hill. We obviously call this bridge. Everyone calls this bridge, but we call this bridge stairs, like either side. Like usually you're coming from one side or the other, so you'll just say, yo, he's on their side bridge stairs, or yo, he's on our side bridge stairs. We usually just, I think we just call this like a truck. I mean, usually if you call out the truck on this hill, like you'll know which side you're talking about, because whatever team like is on the, like whatever side your team is on, you'll know which car they're calling out usually. But we'll call this sign back here because it's just a big sign. And then this is called hop up. Like we'll call this hop up right here. You can just hop up super fast on top of the bridge, which is a nice spot. And then I'll go over some of the spots on hill you can use. You can like sit like right here, which is kind of nice, and be in the hill. So like the other team can't really see you that well. You can like sit like right here, like almost like close to like this little hop up, and you'll be in the hill. Also, like a lot of people sit behind these pillars, obviously, so they can hide from the other team on the other side. And then they also will be in the middle of the pillars. I feel like the middle of the pillars is kind of nasty because a lot of times people will throw nades onto the other side of the hill, and then say if you're in the middle part right here, then you won't get hit by those nades, which is like super crazy. But and then obviously you can sit on this side of the pillar, and you can like also sit in these little corners too on each side and kind of like angle yourself, or like kind of lay down and watch your own push. And then there's also a spot over here that you can jump into. It's kind of hard to jump into sometimes, or you like jump like right here and you can like float kind of, which is nice. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this hill. There's really, I mean, you can get in these little corners too on the bridge, which you can like sit like in this, like on top of this little planter or this little flower, and it's a nice little spot too. That pretty much does it for the P5. I guess I can go over some of the callouts that I didn't really get to go over. I feel like I went over a majority of them, but yeah, let me check and see if I missed any. We just call this lobby back here, obviously, too. Like either side, like usually you'll know which side of the lobby you're calling out on the map, depending on where the other team is. So we usually just call both of those lobby, like on each side. We call this fire truck. This is obviously just a spawn building. No one really calls out this back here because no one ever goes back here. If they do, then, I mean, eventually we might have to call out with, come up with a call out back there. But we call this little thing forklift because there's like, there's some spots on this you can use, like where you can like jump up here and like hold an angle, stuff like that. I'm sure you guys saw in the Miami match, maybe it was the first weekend that Miami played, like he got on this little head glitch, or you can like jump on this little thing and head glitch it, and you can kind of like watch this push. That's a nice little angle. You can also break this glass right here and you can jump in it and like hide, which is also another really good spot. I think that does it for Rio. There's really not much else to it. All right, guys, I just went over all the basics for Rio Hardpoint. I went over all the spots, all the hard points, and all the callouts. So now I'm gonna shift it over to Tupac for the S&D.
What's up, you guys? My name is Tupac. I'm the S&D coach for Atlanta FaZe, and today we're gonna be covering the map Rio. We're gonna go over attack routes, nade spots, and other nerd angles that lower ranked players might not see coming. So let's hop right into it. Offensive spawn. So if you want to watch the cross off the rip on Rio S&D, this is what you must do. So off the rip, you can't waste any time. You run straight, you hit to the left, and you jump on this ledge and watch the cross. If someone gets a really good spawn on defense, they will be able to beat you to this room before you see them. So you just got to keep that in mind. If you jump here and you don't see anything there, it does not mean that they're not there. You got to be careful on that. If you also want to take a safer route, if you have a guy jump on that, you can also have a guy jump here and watch the, you should be able to see their head come across. Or if you're really good, if you're playing, like, let's say if you're playing a singles or a doubles match, you jump here, you can jump on this plant and you can see the cross from that plant. So like as you're jumping across, you can spot your own cross and then you could jump here and see them cross from this, which is another good little angle if you're trying to play that. So that's one spot to play on offense. Also, another route on offense to get intel, you could throw this frag grenade up and it should blow up right there. So it will blow up as they're crossing the B. So if you throw like 2 or 3 frags over and you're in a team game, it'll blow up all around this bomb site. So you could bait that you guys are hitting middle, but you could throw you could throw those nail off rip and still hit left side. And most of your opponents are gonna hear they're gonna hear nade and stuff middle. They're gonna assume it's a head bash. Also, another safer one if you have Simtex is try to avoid running up to this left side, because most teams on their defense will throw nades over here. That's like the easier one to throw. It's a straight line of sight. So be careful. If you don't have a trophy to throw here on your rush, you will more than likely get stunned and naded right here. But if you come off spawn with an offense spawn with a Simtex, and you slide in here and you throw your Simtexes or attacks on this cross, you will hit them about right here while they're trying to cross. So you can stun nade them and slow their push towards bridge and you. Also, if you're playing right side, you can run to this. You pretty much have the same angle on both sides. You can climb up on the truck, try to spot. You just gotta be careful with their truck. And that trash can right there is actually very deadly for a defensive spot. But going into more cheeky lines of sights, if you want to come here, if you want a spot to watch flank, you hug this, you jump on this tree, you walk onto this sign, you jump on this tree, and now you have everything in the like the main hall, right? You can see them cross up or down the stairs here. You can hear both of these doors open. You can see these doors open. You'll hear those doors. And if they run down the stairs, you'll be able to see them. So you pretty much have all the flank and the middle up run down from both sides of the S key from this corner. Also, another spot, if you want another angle to look left that isn't this one, if you're worried about dying from you, these are more of a tricky one. But you jump here, and when you get to this sign, you climb up, you turn, and you could use this as well. And if someone comes here, you'll hear the doors behind you. You can angle it like this where you can see these doors. This would be another ratty angle to catch someone off guard if they're hitting up left. Another one as well is this jump spot. Now this one's a kind of a tricky one to jump into. These little black signs, like you have to kind of just know where to look up. Sometimes too, like there's a little indicator, which I'll show you. But right here is a great spot as well. You have the U push. You have the spawn push. These doors are going to usually be shut. So let's say if you have B bomb down and your teammate is laying close left, watching this close left push, you have his U, you have his doors, and you also can sound these doors. You can hear these doors if they open. So you have pretty much everything cut off from this top shelf as well. Now, another way to help you guys get into the spot. So when you jump here, there's two different indicators, right? Like right there, I did it pretty easily, but where is it at? That. You'll see this indicator right here is different from the other one. This one, this says X to like go down. That's the one that you're going to want to see. It's going to help you climb up faster if you can't get it off like, you know, really quick. On defense here, you could run to the right. If you want to try to push A side, you can throw nades over. If you throw these nades, they blow up right around here. If you throw it correctly, you can also like line it up. You have 2 or 3 teammates throw it, and it will blow up by the cop car. If you're, let's say you're late off spawn and you're afraid that they're going to be hitting that, you could throw these nades over that will blow up there if they don't have a trophy. This is like a most known, like most people like go up here and they'll die, like trying to get intel. Do not do that. Jump on this little AC box and you can see. So this is now a heady that they can't really see. When you jump on this spot, the guy that stands here to watch the cross or a guy that goes here to look, they can't see you. You're just a name to them. So sometimes you'll catch a guy just standing there and you'll get a free pick, or you'll get intel on them crossing. They won't even know that you saw it, and you can go in here and pretty much play for the laydown. Another OP heady is this spot. This spot is really good, especially if you have a, where is it at? There's like an angle for it. You could like try to crouch up and angle this truck heady. You can kind of see their name. I think it's like this, maybe? Yeah, I think this is how it is. Because they can barely see you. If you stand up here too, though, you can see all the right. They can't really see you at all. There's all kinds of different angles in this. This little area is kind of hard to kill anyone there. Also, another angle that most people don't really check. Like most people like kind of look here, or they look in this corner. If you have these doors shut and you get the defense, you could lay here. You have to cross the bomb. You can see them cross to the bomb, but also, like, preferably going to be a submachine gun spot. You can see them push left or right, and you can hear your doors behind you if they open it. So you'll more than likely guarantee one. Use this as a heady. Now, this box area right here is a pretty good one. You can, if you have full sight control and you're trying to watch boxes, you can see through the crack here of boxes. So you'll know if, let's say, if the doors are open and like you can't really hear if the doors are already there. Like if these are open and you can't go off of sound cues, you can just see through the box. So if they cross through, you'll know, you'll be ready for it. But it works vice versa. So if you're here, you can also check to see if anyone crosses close up on you. If you're trying to, if you have someone watching your left, you can pretty much watch your own quick push through this crack in the box. Another defensive play here, and you could do this if you have like frags, or if you have like a teammate that has a frag. Off your defensive spawn, you can stun your door open, start cooking your nade right here. So when you swing around, you're going to want to throw the nade right to the left of this tree. So when you throw it to the left of this tree, it will blow up right here. So if you guys are, let's say, trying to get middle intel without actually pushing middle, you could throw the frags to the left of this tree. It'll blow up in this little area. Because most of the time, people that are cooking will throw it from here because they're trying to throw the Simtex to stop the U-rush. You could throw the frags to the left side of the tree. It'll blow up in this area and make them either weak or kill them. A lot of people here are worried about the nades from this side because it's easier to throw Simtexes over. So if you get good with those frags, you can throw those here. You'll catch them before they're even ready to run up. Really good nade spot. Oh yeah, on defense here, from the souvenir side and you run, You can throw a pre-nade over the air, throw a pre-nade up that will blow up on their side, and then use this as a heady. This heady is pretty mean. You can see the cross to the stairs. You can see if they climb up, like they tried to hug the wall and climb up the top bridge. You have everything left side, and you're virtually unkillable. This spot is pretty nice. So if you catch a guy with that nade up and they're weak, you can tag a few shots at them. You might steal a kill. If not, you can also give intel to a teammate to run up that it's safe to cross to the bridge. And then once you guys have bridge control, you have the entire left side of the map cut off. They can only be funneled middle or right side. So that's a really good spot to heady as well. Another defensive rush route you could do is with the Simtex. You guys could just throw stuff over here, try to cross to this U. Once you get to this U control, if you have if you get U control at the sub, you pretty much have all of middle map unless you get like tacked or naded or traded out. Because if you can get this corner, you have this guy, you have them pinned to the left. They can't come up middle now without having to like fight you. So if you have a teammate get here and you can have a guy watch the cross, then he doesn't have to worry about dying from this angle. Another really good angle as well, middle. If you know, if you have middle control and you have bomb plant down, jump on this little blue thing, and you have left or right chow, and you can see the stairs push up from here as well. So you'll be able to hear someone running up these stairs. You'll be able to see someone here, and you'll be able to see the cross here. So it's a pretty good little angle. Most of the time, they're not going to expect you levitating on a little line. So not a bad spot at all there. Another spot you could use is these little telephone poles or these little phone booths you can climb on. You can jump to this ledge. Another unintended line of sight. You can chow someone here. You can also jump to this smaller one. There you go. All right. You can also jump to the smaller one too. If you want to get like a crazier line of sight on like a fly out chow or just holding like a different off angle. Most people that come up here are going to slide and check the corner. They're not going to expect you up here. So it's a good little spot. All right. Offensive plant spots. One cheeky plant spot you could use is planting the bomb right here. So you stretch plant it to here on offense. And let's say if you're in a 1v1 and you get in an engagement, and you could end up seeing the bomb from right here. So if you want to like ever like jump check it, like right now, there's a glitch in the game where it won't show the bomb on the ground, but it's there. You'll see the character defusing it if he's on it. If you don't see anything, you can jump check it. You can go back, lay down, watch your own pushes. If you want to check it, you can jump here. Look, you can also jump on this little ledge here and watch your own little pushes as well. If you know someone's left side, you could swing chow it. But this is a good plant spot for B. Most of these plant spots, most of this on this map, everything's congested. So you could plant the bomb there. There's like, you can plant the bomb right here and see it from here. Pretty much this is going to be Esky chows, but that's like the best bomb site, the best stretch plant that I've found so far for B. Come down to A site. Everything is really close. So there's not really any long lines of sight plant spots that you can wrap to other than that B one that I showed. Like I said, if you plant another one here, if you plant the bomb right here, like as much as you can, you'll be able to see the bomb here. You'll be able to like look, see it, play this pillar, check, see it, play this pillar. B is pretty much, you know, it's kind of a, this is more of a mix fest map, like lots of nades, lots of just engagements off the rip. If you do end up planting the bomb right here, like you can try to stretch it as much as you can. You could see it vaguely if you shoulder peek this side. You could see it from Box's spot, and I'm almost, let's see. And you will definitely be able to see it under the, if you're in here too. So if you're laying down and you're like watching your own pushes, you just gotta be careful of this. You'll be able to see the bomb under the car. So the best A plant spot is right here. If you plant this, you can see it here. You can see it if you shoulder from here. You can see it if you jump up on the forklift spot and like climb up and check it from here. You can see it here, but also you can lay down and see it under the van. So you can just play this close corner, watch your own pushes, bomb is down, you're good to go. A lot of the spots on this map are very tricky. You could also try to plant it back here, and then you could use that as the heady. You could jump up, use the bike as a heady, check left, crouch, watch your own pushes. You can sound those doors unless he creaks it, so you can watch your own like left to right, jump up in your 1v1. Little angles, but not too many crazy spots on this. Also, another angle too is, let's say if your team runs middle map and they get control of B and they don't see anything, you can throw nades through this glass that will blow up A side. So you can throw nades on a bomb through the middle glass, but obviously you're going to need more than one nade because I'm pretty sure these vans don't explode. So you would need a team to nade it with you. Teammate to nade with you. Or if you're in a 1v1, you just want to see if you want to check the bomb without actually running here, you can throw the nade over from B and then wrap. And if you hit them, you'll know you're here. So that's another little angle here. You could also jump to this plant. Was it this plant? I showed you earlier for the spot. So this is a good spot to watch full pinch if you're on Rio. You can see the back alley hit. You can see if they cross here, if they run up the stairs or they go to run down the stairs, you can see them cross here. You can see them cross here. You can see them if they come out of any of the doors. If he ends up coming out of these small doors, you'll see him run up or run past. And you also have the right street push. So this is the best spot, in my opinion, to watch all of pinch on Rio. You could also use this spot as well. You have that cross, and you can see like these doors too from this angle. The only thing you have to worry about is if he does hit your deep round. All right, guys, that was a deep dive on Rio S&D. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.
All right, guys, that's everything you need to know about Rio. We're going to be covering all the maps in the future. So whatever map you guys want to see next, just let us know in the comments. Once again, I'm Abizi, and I'll see you guys next time.